What's going on? Move the Mouse back in City Skylines, the town of Honu. Let's play season 12, and I don't know where to go today. I've got some ideas. I've got some things that I need to do. So I think it's going to be a little bit of a building towards our final milestone. We're not going to get there today, I don't think. We're just a couple thousand away. I think 7,000 away from our last milestone at 36,000. That gets us to the monuments, and at least when we have 81 tiles installed, if we're not cheating, the spot where we can then buy all those other tiles on the map as well. We're constraining most of the build to 9 tiles for the console players out there, or for people that just don't play modded or have a powerful enough PC to unlock all 81 tiles. For those of you that might be in that middle ground on PC, there is a 25 tiles mod, which I think is a little bit more accessible from a performance standpoint. But what do we need to do? Well, there's a couple things. We were, I think, there on our last cinematic. Let's make it kind of mid-morning. Make it easy to see. Man, I want to come over here. We're going to be doing some things. I think I'm going to end up getting rid of this residential neighborhood because we have so much more university stuff to cram in. But where are we at? I think we lost. Yeah, we don't have enough students. So first things first, let's come into policies and turn on education boost. I'm going to turn that on for the entire city. I've actually been diving into policies a lot, and there's going to be a video coming soon talking kind of in more detail about some of the essential policies, and reading up on them, I've found some new tips and tricks. But for the time being, that should help our attendance at our university quite a bit, I would think. With education boost on, if we play at 3 times speed, we're going to see this climb up. It should get us to the next level. I forgot to give a research grant for academic works. Hopefully we can hit that, because we've just... Oh, I was going to say we've just hit our students, but no, we've got to get to 1,200 for the renowned status, which it looks like we hit. What is this? Prestigious? I forget what the next 2 layers are, but either way, we need more students. We've got a bit of demand for zoning, but there's another major problem that we've got over here, thanks to this stadium, or stadiums, all the sports, and that is the noise that's kind of spilling over. It's not the end of the world, but if we wanted people living here, which we're going to do right now, we're going to take a look at improving this a little bit. So if we go to the 3-lane highways with sound barriers, we'll upgrade. We'll just upgrade this entire segment. Now I'm going to cheat this one here, because it let me build the thing there, but not the upgrade. So whatever. If you had to move your highway around a little bit, you could do that. Now that's technically designed to stop the noise of the road, and you would think that the stadium noise would travel just right over. But I don't think the game calculates it that way. If we take a look at sound now, yeah, it's still spilling over, but it is reducing what's happening to the other side of the highway quite a bit. We'll come into zoning, and I think I'm gonna move people in down here, because it would... You would fill this space in, you know? But let's do a couple things here. Let's connect a couple of these streets through. So regular 2-lane roads, straight tool. We just want a sporting event of some sort, I believe. We'll connect a couple of those through. I still don't know what I'm going to do over here, but I think this is going to get downgraded from a 4-lane, and we might move some stuff around. But let's paint a couple zones in here. I'm not going to move like a tiny little house right next to the roadway there. And I want to be careful on this side how close we get to the, what do you call it, the helicopter depot. So I'm not going to zone here or here. We'll stop basically right there. Let us put some more trees in. But that'll move quite a few people in. We've reduced the noise a bit on the highway side. Before we get to the end of this academic year, and watch, it'll probably... Okay, we're good. What did we unlock last? Well, if we go into university, go to the end of our unlocked buildings here. I'm pretty sure the last thing we dropped in was the university fountain. Right over here. So we've got to get the rest of these buildings in, or at least we can get the rest of these buildings in now. Let's throw the library in right kind of across from the main university building. Math club's a smaller one. Where can we cram that in? We'll just throw that over here for now. These are not the final resting places of most of these buildings. We're fitting what we can where we can for the time being, so that we see what we have to work with. Now there's 2 really large buildings and a third that will unlock if we get to level 5, that is. But we've got the School of Law, the School of Medicine, and the School of Science. Now, one thing I would recommend is the type, and this is a little late for this advice, but the type of university that you build into your town, you might want to consider what the effects are of these buildings, because these specific schools have knock-on effects, and they're different depending on whether you go liberal arts, the trade school, or university. So what we have access to, School of Law, department upkeep is reduced throughout the city and increases attractiveness, requires, so okay, crime rate and police department upkeep is reduced. Not bad. It's not, I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's not the most amazing. School of Medicine increases ambulance count and patient capacity, so basically improves overall health capabilities of your health services. And then School of Science, income from all specialized industries is increased while reducing pollution and electricity consumption. But that is specialized industry. We haven't really been doing any of that. Specifically when you zone industry, or rather when you go into a districts, you can do different specializations. So you can say, I want it to be oil, forestry, or farming. So just generic industry doesn't get that boost. So overall, I chose the university more for an aesthetic approach. If you look at the liberal arts here, these are going to give you things, help local office zones, reducing garbage accumulation, and then just increasing overall effectiveness of education. Whereas on the trade school side of things, I think I recall this one being my favorite. The School of Engineering increases generic zoned industry income while reducing city water consumption and sewage outlet. That one's pretty cool. Tourism and travel, income from all commercial zones is increased. That one has a really great knock-on effect. And then Police Academy increases patrol car count and jail capacity. So a little bit of a nudge to police in the town. So overall, I think trade school is my favorite from an effect. Standard university is just my favorite from again, an aesthetic approach. So where are we at? We're pretty close. We're going to come back hopefully in just a couple minutes. If we happen to get lucky with those academic works, we should be good to go there. One of the things I do want to come in at some point, we're not there yet, and it's more of a modded approach. We've got a lot of these older European style buildings. We just kind of let the zoning, randomly cover things. And I don't mind the look of these in the right context, but it's not really what we're going for here in a larger, newer downtown. It wouldn't be those older style buildings, turn of the century or prior, as a lot of this expansion happened, after that fact. So how are we doing? Let's look at a couple things while we wait for our school there. Electricity, we're way overproducing right now, so I think we can get rid of this, and this. We had a building hiding underneath there, apparently. And then let's take a look. So we're just there on our electricity right now. But if I remember budget-wise, yeah, we're at 75%. So let's just knock it up to 85. That way we don't have to worry about it. I think that'll get us comfortably into the green. Yeah, so we're good there for a while. We can add a second nuclear power plant, which is usually what I would do, growing towards that top milestone. I don't think that we have to here, though, because we get the top milestone at 36,000, which is just a few thousand away. I think further than when we started the episode. That's okay. Don't worry about that. What have we unlocked? We got our academic works. Excellent. We are acclaimed now. Prestigious is our last jump if we can make it. The thing that's going to be tough there is just the number of students, I think. We might have to wait a while on that. So auditorium, bookstore, laboratories. Let's get those kind of crammed in through here. And I haven't been doing this, but if we go into university and go all the way back to the beginning, right? Yeah, there are footpaths. And we can put these buildings We can put these buildings on footpaths. There we go. If we want to orient things slightly differently. So what are those last three again? The auditorium. That fits pretty decently in that space. We've got the laboratories, bookstore. Put the bookstore down there for now. And I think we can get the laboratories in this space. Not quite. Okay, so let's look at moving this then. We can't do that back to back, can we? No, of course not. Okay, we'll go, you know what? No. Hold on. Skip that, scratch that. Let's do laboratories, right? Laboratories over here. And then let's just take a quick look at the kind of space that we need for these buildings, right? They're huge. We could throw one over here, but what I think I'm going to do is move these residents over here. So maybe we don't drop these schools in yet. Create a new neighborhood, get us up to that level that we want to get to. And we'll end up moving a lot of these people out to make room for those schools and those larger buildings. And we'll have pretty much filled out, you know, this side of the highway. Let's do a quick neighborhood in over here so that we can start moving people out on the other side. And here what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out just beyond the zoning right there. Let's see. Let's see if we can get this. So right now I'm snapping to this road, so it's trying to make my bends adhere to something that kind of snaps over here. If we get this lined up instead, right there, now it'll line up a little bit more parallel with that, and now we can, you know, sneak something in that way, for example. So it's not going to be a very big neighborhood, and in fact we can come up this way just a little bit to get just a handful more houses. It's debatable, right? Because we ate into some of the other zoning there. But let's move in, you know, along this strip. Let's pause. We'll definitely get houses in back here. And not, I don't know, not in those ones that are immediately touching the highway. So like that's, I don't know, that's a little too close for me. Whatever, it's college. It's college, kids. They'll be fine. District-wise, that's already in the district that has that specialization. So any houses that move in... any houses that move in over here should kind of look the same. Water should be covered? Yeah. Okay. So, you know, we'll move a couple people in over here. It's not the fanciest little thing, right? But it uses the space in this triangle. We may as well upgrade this little bit of highway right here, just to improve happiness a little bit, right? Up until that. And we'll do that. It transitions because it's elevated. You get the Jersey barrier happening automatically on any elevated road. But here we've got the sound dampening happening. So that'll fill in. It's not the most desirable right now because it's not connected to anything else. If there was even just commercial right across the street or something, it would be more appealing. But we'll get there. We'll get there. 29,000. So where are we going to move more people in? I mean, we kind of got to get thinking about that. And I think this is a decent spot for another neighborhood to crop up. So let's think about how we get into this neighborhood. We got to get in here at least 2 spots. So let's come all the way down to here maybe. And then this can transition to... what does it not like about this? It doesn't like that it's interfering with that road, the monorail station road. So let's do that to have kind of 2 ways into the zone. And then we can get right up on top of this. You know, we could even do that if we wanted to. It's not the end of the world. All right, I'm going to follow this. Again, pretty tight on the highway. But enough that we can get a barrier or a fence or some more trees in there. And since this one is going to step on the zoning a lot, let's do this. Let's come out this way before we come up into here with a street or two. Something like that. Do we even bother with that? I don't think so. And I think we can connect that in the middle. That would be fine. And then we can come all the way out here. So let's do that, and then let's modify this, because that I don't feel like that should have happened. Got a little extra node of road in there somewhere. So let's do that. Let's go fix our zoning. So into here. And we'll just fill everything that we can. Actually, is that going to be easier just to unselect, deselect what we don't want people moving into? Come in and clean up these last couple bits. We probably don't need somebody living right here or here. And what is this? This goes back 4, so this is really tight. Definitely something got messed up with the zoning here when I modified that road. So I think that's okay. Let's double check. Ooh, good thing we did. Double check our water coverage, I was going to say. So what if we run these pipes vertically? So let's let that play at 3 times speed. We do have the most demand right now for residential. So while we're waiting on that, double check our schooling. We don't have great school coverage up here. We could, in the meantime, do a little temporary coverage up this way. We'll get an elementary. Let's get a high school too if we can fit one. Maybe right there for now. This is all very much going to get moved around. This is to hopefully encourage and support this area. Hopefully we'll help people moving up that way. Do we have... I think we have campus fire and police. We do. We have healthcare too. I think yeah. Of course, for the burning. Be safe. Be safe, kids. So, I think we're pretty good here. We could think about that same approach this way, right? Like, you know, we've got an elementary over here for this population, 2 over here, 2 there. You know, we should probably need another one in this area. So let's plan and hopefully get out. That was high school, which we have so much coverage for now. I realize. Back to elementary. Let's do that. Fire's a little light. Maybe we get a fire station in this area. you know, and do something like that where it's facing into the neighborhood. I've mentioned this before in previous videos, but you got to be careful with the 4-lane roads. If you put a police or fire station on the 4-lane, they can't turn out across the median, so they have to go all the way down the street until they can find a turnaround to come back. And they don't U-turn either. They can't U-turn on these 4-lane roads. So they have to go down around a block, come back around. So if you put them here, when they leave, they have that choice, as you can see right here. They can go straight, left, or right, or of course they can go into the neighborhood. So ideally, that's what we want to make sure we're doing whenever possible. Now, we do have some spots, I think, that we did not zone, which is kind of commercial on here. Look at all the people getting around on foot. Hold on just a second. Let's put that on 1x speed so it's a little bit more accessible. That is, it seems like a crazy amount of people to me, but I'm also used to playing on console. Insane. And they're all going for that monorail. It's the way they're getting around. That is, I think, is that the closest? That's what it is, right? That's the closest transport option for them. So we've got to think about something along this main road, this other road, right? I don't think we have any transport. We should at least consider bus to move some people around. Maybe buses running this way, top to bottom, or what we would normally say is west to east, left to right. We can get some buses moving people to, you know, to these different monorail stops. We could probably use a third one up here by the park. That probably wouldn't be too far apart. And somewhere around here would be a reasonably central place to do it. School-wise, did we drop those last couple things in? Yes. Did we? I already forgot. Bookstore? Yeah, we got the bookstore, right? The bookstore right here? Yeah, we did those. So, campus area info. We've got the students for the next level. We don't have the attractiveness. And let's give for another dissertation. Looks like we're probably going to be waiting on that one. So, how do we get our campus attractiveness up? I think one of the easiest ways is like the math club. How much is the math club upkeep? You can have a bunch of math clubs. Let's do 3. Let's do 4. If it'll fit 4. Let's see what that does for our attractiveness. Oh, we're so close. A couple more math clubs. What else can we do though? We could do more, you know, more university fountains and stuff. I think that helps as well. Can we get one on either side of this building? Perfect. There you go. That kind of works. I could tighten that up a little bit, right? We bring this over just a little bit. If we'd made our roads a little bit tighter, or if I raise it up a little bit, right? You can nudge that around. Do what you will with it. If it wasn't kind of dropping off here, that's part of our problem. We really need to flatten for these large objects so that it flattens the terrain around it. $17.95. Come on. Really? So close. Let's get one more fountain in because that is a nice looking object. Can we get it right there? Be awesome. Be awesome if we could do it right there. Okay, well, right there for now. That certainly should push us over the top. We'll have to wait till we get some more. We'll have to move some more people in also so that this stays up. I think that'll drop off once we have kind of a settling in of the population that's here. But academic works won't happen this year. Hopefully it will happen next academic year. But stay tuned to find out. Hopefully you enjoyed today's episode. Kind of I guess a quick one comparatively. But I'm on vacation this week, so give me a break. I had said I wasn't sure if I was going to post videos, but I think I posted this one on vacation week. That was my intent, unless something happened and I didn't get to edit it, but I certainly intended that when I recorded it. I'm also going to try and get a quick bit of workout regarding the coastal road that's going to go on the south to southeast, eastern tip, northeast, and connect everything back along the other side. So I want to just at least do that coastal road and frame out where a couple different ideas are going to be. And honestly, seeing it framed out is one of the biggest things for my creative process. I don't know about you. Let me know in the comments down below. How do you like to build? Just block by block? Do you build some major roads and then kind of slot stuff in? Everybody's got a different technique. I'm interested to hear yours. If you enjoyed the video, likes, comments, and shares all help the channel a lot and are so greatly appreciated. If you are new here, subscribe for more and hit the bell to get notifications for updates in this and other series. If you'd like to support the channel, links to that and lots of other things in the description down below. But until the next one, when we'll do a quick little coastal road to prep us for what's coming to Honu. Until then, this is Move the Mouse, signing off.